Welcome to our series of weekly devotionals, where we take a look at one of the lectionary readings and offer some thoughts for reflection. And this week we're offering some thoughts about a passage in chapter 3 of Paul's letter to the Philippians, thinking about what Paul is not saying about certain things and hopefully leading us to consider what he might be saying. Speaking about saying things, my 6-year-old just recently turned 6-year-old grandson, Brett. He's a bright young boy, and he was talking, and he used a pretty big vocabulary word, and my wife was very impressed. Wow, that's a great word you chose to use, Brett. I'm impressed that you know that word. And of course, I had to chime in and say, well, he's not really using it in the correct context, and he's not really using the correct tense of the verb. And yeah, I can be a bit much sometimes. My wife was giving me grief. I have a bad habit of correcting people if they use an incorrect vocabulary word or improper grammar. I confess, I correct people because I like to be right. And if I know I'm right, I like to tell people I'm right. I think that's sort of a pervasive attitude that exists in our society right now. Is everybody wants to be right, and there's a lot of divisiveness in our society because people scream and argue at each other over sometimes very, very petty things, and it becomes more important to be right than to get along with people. I was watching a courtroom show the other day. You know, the kind of courtroom shows like Judge Judy or the People's Court, where you have two people who both want to be right, and they're yelling at each other and screaming and cursing at each other, and then Judge Judy tells them all to shut up, and then eventually there's a verdict rendered, and the judge says who they believe to be right in the case. Well, I was watching this courtroom show, but it was not really like anything I've ever seen. It was Steve Harvey, the comedian Steve Harvey. Now, Steve Harvey has absolutely no qualifications to be a judge, I should say. He's just a comedian. But the show it sort of looked like the standard show. People were claiming to be right and sort of yelling at each other. But Steve Harvey kept joking with everybody. And at the end of the episode, he kind of tried to make everything work out for both parties. He would say, yes, you have a better case, but I'm going to do this for you as well. And so he kind of just wanted to make everybody happy, which was a very strange way of approaching a court case. But I thought to myself, that seems more like what Paul is saying when Paul talks in this passage about righteousness. When we think about righteousness, we normally think of it as being right or being upright, morally upright, doing the right things morally or ethically. But that's not what Paul is talking about in this passage. When Paul talks about righteousness, he is talking about a way of life that is modeled after Jesus. And so the righteousness of Christ is living with compassion and mercy and a sense of justice, embodying justice and care for others. And so in Paul's view of righteousness, there are no winners and losers. There's no one who is right and who is wrong. There's only Christ's care and concern for all. Amen.